Since independence, India has seen 15 prime ministers, and it is in the in the democratic process of electing its 18th Lok Sabha. And where India stands right now it was not an easy process to bring India up to this stage of development. There has been a lot of struggle by various prime ministers during their own tenures. Right now, we are touring the Prime Minister's Museum, Pradhan Mantri Sangrahalaya, and in this museum, we are right now in the gallery of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And with us, we have A. Surya Prakash ji, who is the Vice Chairman of Executive Council of the Sangrahalaya. So, what is special about the gallery? What is special about the entire museum? We saw the first copy of the Constitution displayed here, and you come to know about all the 105 amendments that have been made until now in the constitution with various developmental projects that were taken up by various prime ministers at various stages. So what all do you have here?
No, actually, the Prime Minister's Museum, Pradhan Mantri Sangrahalaya, it showcases India's journey over the last 75 years, India's democratic journey, India's constitutional journey, you know. So, for those especially um, younger people who haven't had exposure to what happened in the past, this is in a sense a one-stop shop. If you spend a couple of hours here, you will get to know the story of India from 1947, our social, economic, political and other situation that prevailed at the time of independence and the gradual progress we achieved. For example, in terms of food grains production, where we were importing wheat from America and so on. Then Shastri Ji started what is called the Green Revolution, then the White Revolution, and how all that picked up. And India is today a big exporter of food grains. So also in every sector, if you look at science and technology, education, social sector, the phenomenal progress achieved by this country. And now that we are in the midst of Lok Sabha elections, we were very particular to showcase the democratic journey of India. 1951-52, we had something like 173 million electors. Today we have 970 million electors. In 2019, something like 600 million electors cast their vote. And I'm sure it will be much more than that this time. And this is an extraordinary story of democracy. And this is an example, a showcase for the rest of the world. We are the most diverse society in the world, and we are the most vibrant democracy in the world. And so, this celebration of democracy is what you see in the country today as the Lok Sabha elections are on, and what you will see in our museum. And through the eyes of these 15 prime ministers, you will see the journey of democratic India.
It talks about emergency. It talks about various wars that we have faced.
Absolutely. You look at the Shastri Gallery, he was Prime Minister for 19 months, but he did phenomenal work. Like I said, the Green Revolution, White Revolution, he took so many other initiatives. The 1965 war was thrust on us by Pakistan. He gave solid leadership for this country. He gave back the armed forces to the hilt so that we were able to defeat the enemy. Negotiations in Tashkent, and Shastri Ji went there. Unfortunately, after signing the Tashkent agreement, he passed away that night. Indira Gandhi, abolition of privy purses, nationalization of banks, everything is detailed in the Indira Gandhi gallery. And of course, the emergency that she imposed.
It is an ultra modern museum
Yes.
and completely digitized.
All of them, you know, um, they are digitally savvy, they are computer savvy, and therefore, a museum, the old concept of a museum, where I would be taken by my school teacher and I would drag my feet around, and then there are some artifacts and don't touch and don't go near and this, that, and the other. And we would all be very bored with the whole tour. That is not the case here. So it is made interactive, so you can press a button, get to know Lal Bahadur Shastri as railway minister. What did he do? For example, if you see the Chandrayaan, you can, it is interactive, you can operate the keys yourself and then see the rocket take off and you go through that process yourself.
So, what do you think is the main attraction in the museum that one should not miss, even if somebody has 10 minutes or 15 minutes of time and he wants to visit? What are the few things that he should not miss?
I feel that every citizen must see the democracy galleries, the constitution galleries, and among prime ministers, they can choose if depending on the time they have. But certainly they must begin with Jawaharlal Nehru. 17 years he was prime minister. They must look at Indira Gandhi, who was 16 years prime minister. Many big things happened at that time. Narasimha Rao, who brought about a dramatic change in our economic policy and turned this country's economic policies around and made it a economic superpower. And of course, Narendra Modi, who has been Prime Minister for 10 years, and very major decisions which he has taken. For example, abrogation Article 370, 30% reservation for women in Parliament and assemblies, and so on and so forth. Very major decisions and initiatives. And social sector, many things that he has done, which are very, very important in terms of empowerment of women.
And there is a very interesting, you had put interesting thing in this museum. You had put us on a roller coaster ride in some 4DX kind of theater.
Yes.
And it was like a real time experience of some indigenously made defense equipment.
Correct. The idea was to showcase India's defense prowess and the advance we have made. We were all the time importing defense equipment. Now we are a nation which only recently sold $1 billion of defense equipment to other nations. So this is the advance and progress we have made. Also, we are now economically stronger and therefore we have the defense equipment that is needed to guard our territorial borders and the kind of training that our soldiers receive. All that is showcased there.